Welcome back. It's your girl, Ash to the Lee, Big Booty Bee. Can't take myself seriously. I'm having some issues with my trap. I've injured it a few times. I've injured my upper back a few times actually. Just trying to be hardcore in the gym. So I was supposed to do shoulders or back or both today, but instead I'm gonna do core workout by Active. So I have not made up this workout. Active is an app that I use sometimes if I don't feel like thinking about what I'm doing, because it's really cool. It's like having a personal trainer in your ear. So if you don't already use it, check out Active. It's pretty fantastic. It's a core workout. Oh, if you like the workout, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing. If you are already subscribed, what up? Thank you for coming back. All right. Let's do this. Not ready. This first round is made up of burpees, mountain climbers, and a plank. Each exercise is going to be done for 30 seconds back to back, and then you're going to rest a little bit in between. So for the burpees, you're going to do the kind where you jump back and your chest touches the floor, and then you push up from that position. Jump onto your feet, make sure you put your weight in your heels, and then you can just stand from that position or jump if you want to make it a little more challenging. Make sure that you're keeping your butt down. So you want your hips level with your shoulders. Focus on keeping your shoulder blades squeezed together, your core tight, and you want your spine neutral, so stare down at the floor. You can also do this on your knuckles if it bothers you to place pressure on your palms in the push-up position. And it's totally okay if you need to take rest breaks in between. I was dying and I wanted to get good reps, so it's okay to rest for a second or two and then go back into it. Then you're gonna go straight into a plank for 30 seconds. When you're doing the plank, you really want to tighten everything. So push your heels back, make sure your elbows are under your shoulders. You want to pull your abs in and tuck your hips up, and squeeze your quads, squeeze your butt, squeeze your abs, squeeze everything, and make sure you're breathing. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna die. This next round of exercises consists of 2 exercises. The first one being leg raises. So you just want to make sure that you keep your lower back down on the floor. That point when your lower back starts arching and coming up off of the floor as you lower your legs is your stopping point. The lower you can get, the better. So work on keeping your abs pulled in and your core engaged and your lower back pressed into the floor so that you can get your legs as low as possible. Your goal should be to get them within 6 inches of the floor and then squeeze your core to bring them back up. The next exercise is one that I had never done before, and when I did it on my left side initially, I actually did it the opposite of the way you're supposed to do it, and it made it a lot harder. So if you want to make it more challenging, do it this way, where you reach across your body toward your opposite hip as you lower that leg. So you're going to take your right hand, reach it toward your left hip as you lower your left leg, and then you're going to keep your right leg at a 90-degree angle up in the air. It is horrendous, and it really causes your core to brace in order to keep your body in that position, so it places a lot of tension on your core. It's really awesome. It burns a lot. Make sure you breathe through it so that your muscles are getting oxygen. Now the other way that you're supposed to do it is how I'm going to do it on my right side. So you're going to take your left hand and reach it toward your right hip as you raise your right leg up to meet your hand. So opposite arm, opposite leg, they're going down and then meeting together in the middle of your body. This one is still really, really difficult, but it's a little bit easier than having your leg go down as your arm reaches. and make sure you're still holding that other leg straight up into the air so that you're keeping your core engaged. This final round of exercises is made up of 3 exercises. The first one being a plank with arm raises, then you're going to go into a plank with leg raises, and then the final exercise is a side plank with a leg raise. I think it's a leg raise with hip abduction. So you're going to do each exercise for 30 seconds. For this first exercise, the plank with the arm raise, you really want to make sure that you're in a really good strong plank. So when you're in the plank position, I'm on my knuckles because it's really hard on my wrists to hold myself in a push-up position. You can really engage your core and it'll take the pressure off of your wrists. It takes a lot of practice to do it, and once I start getting tired, it's hard for me to really keep that tension in my core. So that's why I'm on my knuckles. For both the leg lifts and the arm lifts, you want to make sure that your heels are pressed back as much as possible. Make sure you set yourself up in a really strong plank. So notice how my hips nor my upper body is moving when I lift my arm or my leg. Your body should stay absolutely still when you're lifting your arm or legs. And then without rest, you're going to go into the side plank with hip abduction. So you want your elbow to be right under your shoulder, and then you can place the arm on top on your hip or your leg. And you want to make sure that your hips are raised off of the floor as much as possible. So really squeeze that side that's closest to the floor and press your hips up away from the floor toward the ceiling as much as you can. I was balancing on the side of my foot, and then really engage your core, squeeze your abs, make sure you have really good balance, and then lift that leg up, because since you're lifting one of your legs up, it's taking away some of that foundation that's allowing you to balance there, so it's going to kind of throw your balance off. So really make sure that you're engaging your core and have a good stiff plank before you start lifting your leg. Otherwise you'll fall over. And make sure that you keep breathing. This is a really difficult movement if you've never done it. Even if you have done it, it's pretty difficult. So breathe. If you hold your breath, you're depriving your muscles of oxygen, and it's just gonna make it a lot harder for you. I survived! Yay! Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Check out Active. See you guys in a few days.